body, the monster. Gasolina. Body count. Hey, 1, 2, 3, that's a body count. I shoot 2, 4, 9, that's somebody's crowd. I hit 3, 6, 5, that's a year the round. I call 911, bitches going down. I got 6, everybody's laying around. Like 9/11 jumpers when they hit the ground. I got 1, 2 reasons I don't fuck around. Looking like Under Armour, I protect the house. I got 1 machete and a loaded 9. Hey, 12 rounds, I ain't talking boxing match. Pop breaking in the crib, put the gun in the grill. Now tell me, how you gonna box with that? Pop drain your blood where the faucet's at. I don't like you kids like a foster dad. Here to tell your fucks that the monster back. I'm stopping all hoes, call it monster mash. Hey, pain on the beat, bring the flame to the street. Oh, gas and my bitch got a monster ass. I'm bringing the wicked, the shrunken head military, and I cover it like a punker where they function at. I got all up in my feelings about the people and the dealers, and they pull it like a temperature, a bang on them hoes. Living really wicked and the people never get it, but I guess it's because I'm fucking strange, I suppose. I-S-T-R-A-N-G-E, pray if you're my enemy. I ain't got the energy, what the fuck's got an enemy? S-T-R-A-N-G-E, pray if you're my enemy. I ain't got the energy, what the fuck's got an enemy? Power up, power up, power up. Yeah, bitch, I power up. I power up, power up. Yeah, bitch, I power up. I power up, power up. Yeah, bitch, I power up. Power up, power up. Yeah. Back to the bars like a relapse. This time, don't nobody get a free pass. Hang him in the freezer and I beat him like a Rocky. I promise to get nobody stop a killer in that call mask. Fully y'all better walk past to get your body surrounded by a chalk dash. You're a psycho the same lines, and so it's really easy to see the reasons why you bitches talk trash. Yeah, bitch, I power up. Like I'm being plugged into a receptacle. Gripping your neck and like a person with a grudge. Man, I swear to God, it's hard for me to let it go. Triple I die about like it's on a couple edibles. Only your homies that think I'm trash, but man, it's all good. Cause your girl DM'd and she said I'm incredible. Bitch, you about to say I'm all this better, so people gon' die. I'm a death machine. Compounds unstable like I'm tetrazine. Hey, we be on the block like a Tetris team. I'm a soldier. I will not accept defeat. Goddamn. If I wanna kill him, you can call it God's plan. Bitch, I am a god, I got a gun and y'all scram. Hit him with a whip and throw him in the Dodge Ram. Bitch, I got the power on the motherfucker. S-T-R-A-N-G-E, pray if you're my enemy. I ain't got the energy, what the fuck's got an enemy? S-T-R-A-N-G-E, pray if you're my enemy. I ain't got the energy, what the fuck's got an enemy? Power up, power up, power up. Yeah, bitch, I power up. I power up, power up. Yeah, bitch, I power up. I power up, power up. Yeah, bitch, I power up. Power up, power up. Yeah.
10 de la noche cuando oyes pasos, debes saber que soy yo. Cuando sientas escalofríos por tu espalda, debes saber que soy yo. Quiero que sufras miserablemente, remueve tu corazón tan fácilmente y tan cruelmente, horriblemente. Yo soy la parca, gente me adora religiosamente. Vente, vente. Encuéntrame en el cementerio. Aquí descanso en paz. La paranoia es como un veneno mortal. Este beso de la muerte es el final. Y los demonios los dejarás entrar. Te mataré suavemente. Corre, corre rápido. Y bañaré en tu sangre. Tengo sed como un vampiro. Te mataré dulcemente. Ahora muérete, mi amor. Esta fiera tiene hambre para carne humana. Si ves que las sombras negras te siguen, soy yo. Si oyes susurros en tu oído, soy yo. No estás solo en la oscuridad. Estoy aquí contigo, contigo. Estoy aquí contigo. Sigues pidiendo y sigues suplicando. No quieres morir, estás llorando. Estás perdiendo, no estás respirando. No estás sonando, estás sangrando. Encuéntrame en el cementerio. Aquí descanso en paz. ¿Quieres aprender la muerte y la oscuridad? Con mucho gusto te mostraré, no vas a aguantar. Y los demonios los dejará entrar. Te mataré suavemente. Corre, corre rápido. Y bañaré en tu sangre. Tengo sed como un vampiro. Te mataré dulcemente. Ahora muérete, mi amor. Esta fiera tiene hambre para carne humana. Te mataré suavemente. Te mataré dulcemente. No vengas a buscarme. No vengas a buscarme. No vengas a buscarme. Sí, soy yo.
Time and time again, they try to hold me down. They try to tell me that I won't be anything. They try to tell me I'm a fuck up, that I'm garbage. And I just smile, cause you're witnessing the rise of a motherfucking king. Yeah. Hallucinations of horror haunting my horrid mind. Simulated senses satisfied by scenes of brutal crime. I wanted to give this bitch my knife tip, but by the way she's screaming and moaning, I could tell that she fucking liked it. I've been waiting for the right fit and the right time to cut the lights and leave these motherfuckers lifeless. I've been loving life, well, lifeless. See, I'm a psycho, but hey yo, I digress. And I just digest all of your innards. I'm a sicko and I'm gathering up food for the winter. I'm the bringer of pain and I am the master of splinters. I'm the shredder of flesh inside of the sewer of sickness. I will gather your blood in barrels to dump them in the river. Make a cleansing of crimson, create a sea of forgiveness. I don't gotta dream about it cause I live this. A nightmare every day and it be endless. I pen these thoughts down on loose leaf. Won't ever lose sleep now. Watch me creep through the shadows like a cool freak. Skippy Yickum got the game on lock. You just got a new neighbor, now this ain't your block. Cause I've been dealing with some pent-up aggression. I took the curse that I was given and turned it into a blessing. All my anger and hatred mixed with sorrow and depression into each and every sentence. Use my music as my weapon. They try and tell me that I'm merely a waste, till I climbed out of the sewer spitting shit in their face. Till I climbed out of these ruins and I laid them to waste. Using hate as motivation, it was fuel for the race. And now I'm first place, and I be flying in my own lane. Fans wanting pictures of me, you was still a known name. And you was still a broke lame. Isn't it funny how the tides change, motherfucker? I'm one of the dopest out, no need to scream and shout. I've earned my clout, y'all think different, shut your fucking mouth. Cause here's my thesis, I'm just like Jesus for letting myself down, for believing these people could conceive this. Life full of better lands, I'm not a better man, I'm just a seed of sin. I'm bracing for the end, you'll never breathe again. I be coming with the switchblade army. Got the skin tight gloves and the all black hoodie. Cause I'm ready to wreck this shit. I'm making my own exodus. Subjected to the fact that I'm a slave to my own deficit. Deaf to all these thoughts because I really can't connect with them. Connecting is the method that I use when I'm subjecting them. A bright flash in the land of the dead. A beautiful butterfly I lured into my web. I sweet talked you, honey, now you're lying on my bed. Well, I'm about to pound you till you're crying, cause I'm fucked in the head. There's no turning back, cause if my mind says do it, it's like 30 seconds later, I'm gonna get right to it. I try to block it out, I try to turn the volume down, but all these voices screaming at me, now they're getting way too loud. I'm blinded, I'm lost inside this dark haze. So much rage, I be stuck in my old ways. I need to try to find a piece of joy, like when I stand against opponents and I leave them destroyed. Because they try and tell me that I'm merely a waste, till I climbed out of the sewer spitting shit in their face. Till I climbed out of these ruins and I laid them to waste. Using hate as motivation, it was fuel for the race. And now I'm first place, and I be flying in my own lane. Fans wanting pictures of me, you was still a known name. And you was still a broke lame. Isn't it funny how the tides change, motherfucker?
motherfuckers coming at me like I'm this super negative person or something. But really, only a fake person's gonna get mad when you say some real shit.
Life is cold. Ain't no other way to quote it. Don't got a birthday that was cryogenic to frozen. These motherfuckers had to dig me out with some ice picks. Rising from the rubble, yelling, run for your life, bitch. Eyes glowing red like the tip of my knife is. Cold-blooded killer, send a chill up your spine quick. Right shit that make you wanna die with a white bitch. Sliced wrist gushing out until she was lifeless. I got these faggot rappers never trying to rhyme again, cause every time I step up to a mic, they know what time it is. Your lyrics gas when I'm spitting this liquid nitrogen. So fucking underground that I'm kicking it with some Chinamen. 30 below zero, ain't no love sitting with me. Bronchial irritation in my lungs and my kidneys, making hella body stiffen if I'm busting a semi. Bet I bring the cold front when I come to your city. Every day I'm getting pissed, waking up from my sleep. Wanna aim into the sky and get to busting my heat. Swear to God I feel like everybody wanted with me, till I snap and everybody getting punched in their teeth. Cold-blooded motherfucker, what you want me to say? I hate the whole planet, but I'm stuck in this place. I can feel it in my bones, running up in my veins. I'm cold-blooded, you can bet I fucking love it this way. Aye. Welcome to my cranium, it's finna be a long night. Feel the piercing chill in my presence like I'm the wrong type. Hope you covering your ears when Killer Rock mics. You can't even listen without giving them bitches frostbite. Pacing through the woods, decaying plants as I pass through. In a bad mood, don't give a fuck if I don't have to. Something wrong with me, rooted to my past. Doing bitches hella bad to get a nut, I'm a cashew. These lyrics give a dark after effect to make the hair stand straight on the back of your neck. I'm back in the flesh and rapping with a passion for death. And all of y'all about to feel my bit of wrath in the chest. Probably find me writing down the sickest shit that I can. Cold with it, Jack Dawson with this pen in my hand. Find me frozen at the bottom of the ocean and sand. And staying out could go horror if I go to Japan. My body every day I'm getting pissed, waking up from my sleep. Wanna aim into the sky and get to busting my heat. Swear to God I feel like everybody wanted with me, till I snap and everybody getting punched in their teeth. Cold-blooded motherfucker, what you want me to say? I hate the whole planet, but I'm stuck in this place. I can feel it in my bones, running up in my veins. I'm cold-blooded, you can bet I fucking love it this way. Aye. Right about now is where I get somebody pissed off. Probably hating cause they know the way I spit's raw. I got a fetish for leaving victims in lit cars. Digging ditches, leave them with twisted pictures like Jigsaw. Heart is frozen and cold as the polar ice cap. Stop the globe dead in his tracks when the killer write raps. See what I'm giving's like a written in a time lapse. Test me, I'ma detonate and blow up like I'm Cyrax. If you don't want the 9 blast, you better recline back. Instead of me giving somebody the business, I'd rather be sticking a tight cat. Flow is sick in the air and you can't survive that. Deadly disease, the human body can't even fight back. Eat your eyes from the inside of your skull and dry black. Dying like a bitch at the hands of the way my mind acts. Now I don't got no fucking manners, dinner time, sass, pop shit. I smack you and stab your bitch with a wine glass, I'm out.
Hey, shout out to Brutal Business Entertainment. That's my motherfucking family. They still gruesome music all day, every day. And yeah, I think I'm gonna just leave you bitches with that. I'm tired of fucking working on this song, man. Shout out to DKM as well.
Down
before I lose my stable mind. You know that I like it when you treat me like a slut. Do it how you want, do me how you want, slut. Do it how you want, do me how you want, slut. Do it how you want, do me how you want, slut. Don't wanna feel a thing when you treat me like a slut. Do it how you want, do me how you want, slut. Do it how you want, do me how you want, slut. Do it how you want, do me how you want, slut. Don't wanna feel a thing when you treat me like a slut. It's like every other day I'm getting hit with something new. Another day at work, you mean another fucking issue. Today's gonna be the day that I fucking lose it. Or maybe I'm just crying, moaning, let it fucking use me. I've been bruising, been for so many years. Forced to swallow every one of my fears. Locked off for so long, it's losing its punishment. Better hit harder, cause this bitch is starting to love it. You know that I like it when you treat me like a slut. Do it how you want, do me how you want, slut. Do it how you want, do me how you want, slut. Do it how you want, do me how you want, slut. Don't wanna feel a thing when you treat me like a slut. Do it how you want, do me how you want, slut. Do it how you want, do me how you want, slut. Do it how you want, do me how you want, slut. Don't wanna feel a thing when you treat me like a slut. You know that I like it when you treat me like a slut. When you treat me like a slut. When you treat me like a slut. Do it how you want, do me how you want. Do it how you want, do me, treat me like a slut. Do it how you want, do me how you want. I don't wanna feel a thing when you treat me like a slut. Do it how you want, do me how you want. Do it how you want, do me, treat me like a slut. I don't wanna feel a thing when you treat me like a slut. Don't wanna feel a thing when you treat me like a slut. Don't wanna feel a thing when you treat me like a slut.
Beter fattalen. Beter fattalen. Fattalen.
Can't reverse, no hurts. Spotters disperse my curse. When I step out, all I see is black birds. I'm in love with a dog, no tricks. Burning at the stage like a Salem witch. Can't reverse, no hurts. Spotters disperse my curse. When I step out, all I see is black birds. I'm in love with a dog, no tricks. Burning at the stage like a Salem witch. Push the trust into mine. Ain't no funny thing to plead, drink a bloody seed, now step back in the face of me. The fight in my eyes, I hand up a like deed and the skin from my fires and stuff and feeding every for quantity for to place. I'm amused by my tendency to always be a waste, trash bags disposed without a trace. Used and abused, I could beat them that grace. All up when I'm dead, no pains when I'm here. Got young from the game, ain't nothing I fear, and nothing I fear, and nothing I fear, and nothing I fear. Reverse, no hurts, spotters disperse my curse. When I step out, all I see is black birds. I'm in love with a dog, no tricks. Burning at the stage like a Salem witch. Can't reverse, no hurts. Spotters disperse my curse. When I step out, all I see is black birds. I'm in love with a dog, no tricks. Burning at the stage like a Salem witch. God can't save us. None, there'll be ever. Slip it back, they gon' fact these black, but I never look back. Look at me, lies make me hack. Now step so back as it's time to go. Bleed until I can't choke. Position of which fix out, never get home. No, we all fall down, we all fall down, we all fall down, we all fall down. Verdi crucifix, I'll slay the lambs, river food, nooses out, don't get the ground. Can't reverse, no hurts. Spiders disperse my curse. When I step out, all I see is black birds. I'm in love with the dog, no tricks. Burning at the stage like a sailor witch. Can't reverse, no hurts. Spiders disperse my curse. When I step out, all I see is black birds. I'm in love with the dog, no tricks. Burning at the stage like a sailor witch. Dreary white polished backs take a sun down my eyes, roll back and drop heavy from that rain pour. The raven fall, it blood all falls upon. I see the red door. Wrap around 6 times like a 7 bundle slip blinds. Fun great to stage, grow for 97 times with no more age. We can animals unlock the cage. Lemons situated up on the wall in the days. The magnets got me twisted. The city spin the lipstick. I fall back, but you can't catch me. I'm falling to the earth. 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 Can't reverse, no hurts. Spiders disperse my curse. When I step out, all I see is black birds. I'm in love with the dog, no tricks. Burning at the stage like a sailor witch. Can't reverse, no hurts. Spiders disperse my curse. When I step out, all I see is black birds. I'm in love with the dog, no tricks. Burning at the stage like a sailor witch. Can't reverse, no hurts. Spiders disperse my curse. When I step out, all I see is black birds. I'm in love with the dog, no tricks. Burning at the stage like a sailor witch.
There's a bad feeling outside my window. Let it in. It wants to sin. There's a gray spot of rain in the doorway. Let it go. It wants to know how yesterday could be so cruel. How I could sail on a ship of fools. I don't think I can, so I'm telling the wolves again. Save me from myself. Save me from this world. I don't think I can, so I'm telling the wolves again. Please take me instead. Please take me again. There's an empty void upon my shoulders. Lift away again today. There's resentment carried by the demons. The price was paid. Regrets don't fade. How this morning exists so true. Fable the scars untold who knew. I don't think I can, so I'm telling the wolves again. Save me from myself. Save me from this world. I don't think I can, so I'm telling the wolves again. Please take me instead. Please take me again. just don't wanna go. And if she never really loved me, then God, I just don't wanna know. Already hurt so bad right now, I can't take it. So I'm not alright and I'm too tired to fake it. Well, I've been screaming for help, but she can't hear me. 'Cause I let her down, now she won't come near me. I keep remembering things even though I'm not trying. Like my hands in her hair or her eyes after crying. Well, I've been up all night with a tall glass of whiskey, turning thoughts into words and wondering if she'd miss me. But all my words just die on the page as I write them. So I cut out my tongue just to spite them.
Yeah, yo, dressed in all black in the dark, camouflaged by the night. All the lights in the house are off now, and I'm grabbing onto my knife. The back door is unlocked, my mask is on, I'm inside. My freezer needs to be stocked, I'm stabbing all who's inside. So I move in, scan all the rooms. She's all alone, like I assume she's dying soon, but not too quick. I'ma take my time, I'm in a violent mood. Raid the kitchen, fuck buying food. Don't need the meat, she'll supply it soon. I'm on a diet and skinny bitches, I'm eating healthier, I'm trying to. She never stood a chance, she never stood up. After I severed her, the brain was working. Her death was starting, obsessed with murder. And every person, don't ever trust me. I bet I'm worse than the best immersion. Expert working in the field of bringing death to person. Bet I murk 'em.
Watch me put on a clinic, I did it for all who dig it. Nothing but raw, explicit, a visually scarring image. What makes you want to live in that body? You're non-existent. Let me put this knife in your skin and take you to a level we all will visit. Looks like I found out where you live, and now I'm sleeping in your crib. You know that this might be the end. Looks like you got nowhere to run, and I'm about to have some fun, staring at the barrel of my gun.
Crept in through the back door with a massive sword of sorts. Seen her at the back of the corridor, wishing she had some boarded doors, but of course it was too late, and I already chose her fate. Closed that gate, seen that fear all up on her face, till her brain sprayed from my flawless blade. Sick-minded, demented, did I mention bipolar, prone to get vengeance? Feeling happy deep down when I hear the chainsaw start with a rev like brain, and I really wanna end it, but I've been caught up putting little kids in detention. It's so easy to me, like a sixth sense in the river, bodies get tossed like a pigskin, and she was deep asleep when I went into a room and got beneath the sheets. I just spooned her, I just laid next to her in the bed, shaking while I beat my meat. I'm just lonely, I just want somebody to hold me while I'm rubbing it and need to ski. It's okay, babe, I don't really wanna hurt you, I wanna convert you to be with me. She wasn't into it, I guess, cause she tried to run up out of the room, but I'm quicker than a bitch. She got thrown back quick like a Michelin. Took the knife and I stick it to her chest. Didn't really wanna take it here, babe, but it seems like we can never make this right. So I thrust it in and it pulled it out. The blood sprayed while I drained her life. Looks like I found out where you live, and now I'm sneaking in your crib. You know that this might be the end. Looks like you got nowhere to run, and I'm about to have some fun, staring at the barrel of my gun.
As I kick and punch your doors down, I bet you wish that we calm down. 50 shades of page like about to break, girl, you know you've been holding out.
Yo, maybe it's the blood that triggered in the face, but the fetish much better when I get a little taste. I peeled off in the raw, in the off fashion. Never try screaming, that shit ain't lasting. It's in my brain, it's a slaughterhouse. You never even know till the organs out. As I fiddle with the liver, I'ma watch you shiver like my lips to the sight of you all strung out. Sick, okay, if I can take my thoughts from the pencil. Better keep it broad, unlocked what I'm into. It's far from the mental. Never the guts of these high-strung sluts. Ain't no love of these hoes, don't you know that's never the body up on an old school Kodak. Guess I get the highlight deep in the snuff film, but I'm a nut that's out of their blood spill. Wish you gave me that chance, but now I'm too hostile, too far gone. Bending your corpse to the spine, go to sign, yo. Swear I don't even know where my mind goes. But half the time, what is in my mind is best seen when your eyes close.
on some murder shit. Murder bitches get away with it. Leave a motherfucking bullet wounded, then I play with it, I'm spraying shit. Licking motherfuckers down, ho, and lick a motherfuckers blood up on the ground, bro. This be the sound, ho. I'm from the town, ho, Pittsburgh. Where all the bitches' bodies found, ho. They talk about my spree on TV. They told my mom they wanna see me. See these eyes realize the pain, the lives are strained. The lives are crazy, that's why I self-inflict with pain. That's why I flood with pain. I'm just like something, man. I pull out my motherfucking pistol out in public, man. It's just enough to change. I'm quick to bust my thing. I'm down to load a fucking slug and throw it in your brain. You can't imagine what I've been through. I'll drop the heat and grab my cancel. Looks like I found out where you live. And now I'm sleeping in your crib. You know that this might be the end. Looks like you got nowhere to run. And I'm about to have some fun. Staring at you burying my gun.
This way's lady's never been for me. I'm breaking from the box to free me, and I will never say sorry. Repeat, I came to set the wasteland free from defeat. For the things that have never been seen, never been heard. Because I'm born with the life and the masses. Get your release tactics and really so absurd. For really seeking what is real and what is real is so defined. Not to mention everybody's still scared. Cause if you're looking for truth, you're gonna find it. Put your body in shock and leave your reality blurred.
Another day of doing nothing like a mannequin is on. I'm sick of living like I'm dying while I'm feeling like my heart is cause I'm bored of the life y'all content. Will you give me something crazy? They be hanging in suspense. Journey through the galaxy and pencil in the sentence. And we call them many things in this life, but it all boils down to a box that we live in. Maybe yours don't got bars and barbed wire around the perimeter, but it acts as a prison. Holding every single one of us back from marking and barking another kind of crazy expedition. And if you took me aside and started asking me why, I'll tell you the fact is nobody's really living. They all wanna block out, don't wanna talk about, seek out anything real. So if you ever really wonder where you came from, hit you with a light one Darwin's deal. That's a box and it's full of nothing but rocks, so I'ma kick it down the block with zeal. Cause I came for the truth and the whole truth, nothing but the truth, and I ain't leaving till I know what's real. Show me God, show me something that is all shipping off to the galaxy. Follow me to the land of extremities where the mind of wanna be readily right ahead of me as I travel into the heart of the centipede. Like a maze of a winding on, I'ma break the box and respawn in the land where man explores the core of life and all time is gone to escape the land of waste. Another day of doing nothing like a mannequin is on. I'm sick of living like I'm dying while I'm feeling like my heart is I wanna break up on the box and discover new things. Show me God, show me something that is all shipping off to a place like I've seen in a dream. I've seen things with my very own eyes, not to make a your text was crumbling and fall apart. Everything the world thinks that it knows been blown out of the water inside of my own heart. Disavow, 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 wow. Everything amazing is in my dark arts. But I vow that I'll never be a puppet. I'm jumping out of the waste and automatically lighting the first spark. You my discovery, hit hover in front of me. But when I try to tell everyone that you're making fun of me, but the people around me saw every single amazing minute of what I seen. Now we've been James Dean stuttering. Ghost car shouts out to Sean Rye. Reliving memories set to be put aside. Now I'm breaking free from the prison of society's alibis inside of the rioting, the fire that never dies. When you jump from the box and you make it be known, you get 86 for the mix. EGs make a circle around the house while I'm laying on the couch looking fierce. Got burns in my bones while the devil's on the phone telling me these pills going quick. When a cycle kinetic cycles inside of me, wondering what side of me will I eventually pick. Another day of doing nothing like a mannequin is on. I'm sick of living like I'm dying while I'm feeling like my heart is cause I'm bored of the life y'all content. Will you give me something crazy to be hanging in suspense? Journey through the galaxy and pencil in a sentence. Another day of doing nothing like a mannequin is on. I'm sick of living like I'm dying while I'm feeling like my heart is I wanna break up on the box and discover new things. Show me God, show me something that is all shipping off to a place like I've seen in a dream. do something new. It's never been seen, never been heard. Break free from the wasteland and do something amazing.
It's Friday night, I got nothing to do except call my dude and get a new tattoo. It's Friday night, I got nothing to do except call my dude and get a new tattoo.
I'm tatted up, I'm tatted up, I'm tatted up, and don't give a fuck. I'm tatted up, I'm tatted up, I'm tatted up, and don't give a fuck. I got my first tattoo at the age of 15. Now I'm all tatted up and spitting these 16s. It's like a sick dream when I'm feeling for ink. It's my goddamn body, I don't care what y'all think. I'm addicted to the electric burn. At night I can't sleep, I toss and turn. I want another one, I guess I'll never learn. I keep it dirty like an earthworm, no concern for anything. Just give me that needle, got me looking all evil cause I don't like people. I see you with your tramp stamp, yeah that's cute. That'll be the bullseye for the load I shoot. Route 666, yeah I'm headed for hell. In a damn hand basket, I might as well get a new tattoo, one's never enough. New kid on the block and I got the right stuff.
It's Friday night, I got nothing to do except call my dude and get a new tattoo. It's Friday night, I got nothing to do except call my dude and get a new tattoo.
I'm tatted up, I'm tatted up, I'm tatted up, and don't give a fuck. I'm tatted up, I'm tatted up, I'm tatted up, and don't give a fuck. I'm a walking piece of artwork, blood, sweat, and tears, and countless hours of this hard work. My arms hurt, but it's a price to pay to make fools look twice when I walk they way. Please walk away. I got nothing to say except eat shit and die. Put it on replay. I stay with the outcasts, low down criminals. A tattoo to me is like a ritual, an individual with something to say. I let my tattoos do the talking, and hey, every single one's a story, very observatory. Severely feeling sore, no guts, no glory. It's hard to ignore me walking down the street, white trash with tattoos, feeling like a freak on a leash. Come with me, yeah, follow the leader, and we can all get tatted up and rock wife beaters.
It's Friday night, I got nothing to do except call my dude and get a new tattoo. It's Friday night, I got nothing to do except call my dude and get a new tattoo.
I'm tatted up, I'm tatted up, I'm tatted up, and don't give a fuck. I'm tatted up, I'm tatted up, I'm tatted up, and don't give a fuck. I can't hide these scars forever in my skin, embedded in my body, and golly, I can't pretend to be somebody that I'm not. Yo, I got so many tattoos.
How many?
Bitch, a lot, yo, I lost count, and I just can't stop. My dick gets hard when I see the ink drop. Whatever, motherfucker, pain is pleasure. I pray every night that things get better. The pressure of my stress levels, dancing with the devil, got me plotting on my next one. Get it together is what they telling me, but I don't pay him no attention. Artistic expression covers my complexion. Did I mention my collection is extensive and impressive? Aggressively expensive, but it helps with my depression. Here's a lesson I can show you all about the rough shit. Sit and take it like a man, you little punk ass bitch.
It's Friday night, I got nothing to do except call my dude and get a new tattoo. It's Friday night, I got nothing to do except call my dude and get a new tattoo.
I'm tatted up, I'm tatted up, I'm tatted up, and don't give a fuck. I'm tatted up, I'm tatted up, I'm tatted up, and don't give a fuck.
born to contend with, constantly at war with the sword as I'm desperate. Horns and a crown of thorns, no repentance. I am empty, I was born effective. Born with a death wish, I am defiance. I was the thief he was crucified with. Now I'm getting high just to find the silence. We get one life, that's a single we survive it. Yeah, and there ain't nothing after. So I'm treating every verse like my last words. Life is inadequate, no turning backwards. I'm a disaster, dirty rat bastard. I always walk alone, I never take advice. Writing every word in the diary of a wasted life. And I've been cursed with all this pain inside. We were all created just to learn to say goodbye. Existence is suffering, and all I know is I don't need your faith, I don't need your love. Let me alone, let me alone. I don't want advice, I don't want your love. Let me alone, let me alone. There's nothing left for me here, so let me go, let me go. I'm sickened by the thing here. Just let me go, let me go.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of Uncovering the Underground radio show, brought to you by First Angel Media and Brutal Business Entertainment. As always, I'm your host, Skippy Ickham, and I want to thank you for listening in tonight. Whether listening live or after the fact, click the like, share, and follow buttons to help get us to other people out there, help build the community rankings in the podcast community, and it just keeps you in touch with all of our new future episodes. And don't forget to check out all of our past episodes. We bring you a lot of great guests tonight. We have Montra Of Morta from Indiana, a metal band that has certainly been making some shockwaves, and we are happy to be bringing them on a show in a few minutes. So stick around. As I said, if you're listening out there, click the share button, get it to your friends, get it to your family, let them listen. Let's uncover the underground together. But first, I want to thank our sponsors, Tattooed Scumbag Apparel at tattooedscumbag.com. Use promo code BBE10 for 10% off your overall order. Everything from sweatpants and hoodies, beanies, hats, socks, you name it, they make it. I love it. I wear it on stage, wear it at home, wear it when I'm running errands. Good quality gear, and if you're a tattooed scumbag like me, you're going to love it. So make sure you check them out, tattooedscumbag.com, promo code BBE10. Thank Roush Designs, Legion Artworks, 5mm Artworks, and R3 Graphics for all the work that they do for us. If you are curious on anything Brutal Business is bringing you right now, whether it be the music events and music itself, photography, modeling, wrestling, horror reviews, radio, paranormal investigations, whatever it might be, make sure you check it out at teambrutalbusiness.com, and we'll give you updates on everything that we do over here. And make sure you check out my other radio show, Celestial Oddities Pair of Normal Guys and Celestial Oddities Oddworld. It's a two-parter if you're into the supernatural and esoteric. We're constantly bringing you brand new episodes, and we would like it if you guys checked it out. So we've had a lot of great guests the last few weeks, and as always, we always have great guests. But I mean, some really, really fun shows the last few weeks, and tonight's certainly going to be one of them. Let me tell you about Montra Of Morta. They are comprised of 5 members that aren't your usual group of musicians, each worth their salt in their respective positions. This band stands out simply because of the passion and drive that they have for their music. With a powerful vocal presence, weighty lyrical content, driving drums, soul-ripping solos, and a bass that reverberates you from your chest to your toes, this is a band that you must watch out for. To describe their presence as electrifying is just scraping the bottom. Known for their suspension shows, their female lead vocala is a flesh hook suspension artist. When not flying above the other band members, this vocalist is running around the stage whipping her dreads with all the other members, pulling dance moves that her 15-plus years as a gymnast allow her to do, all while delivering vocals as sweet as your mother's lullabies, then turning on a dime and letting out screams deep enough to make you evacuate your bowels. Not that they want to make you shit yourselves, but it is their priority to make you feel something while attending one of their shows. MOM for short has played with groups such as Hatebreed, Chelsea Grin, Head PE, Final Drive, Butchered Babies, Fall of Humanity, Mobile Death Camp, Non-Point Soil, Straight Line Stitch, American Overdose, and has high goals of making that list much bigger, and I certainly think they will do that if that wasn't an impressive enough list already. We're very excited to welcome Montra of Morta. How you guys doing tonight?
Hello.
It's nice to have you guys on the show. I look forward to picking your brains a little bit as people, as musicians, as a group, and everything you guys got going on. Usually I kind of start at traditional, and I would just like to jump in and say, how did you guys meet one another? How did you come together as a group? What formed MOM?
Thomas.
Basically known each other and from high school, and we're actually all related.
Oh shit, no way.
Yeah.
It's not too often that happens, though.
No, not really.
No, not.
We're kind of lucky. Our family and friends were all pretty musically inclined.
No.
It makes it easier, man, when you have people close to you that you can jam with instead of having to always search for someone.
Oh, for sure. It's hard to find people with the same passion and same drive. So to have that, rapport with somebody already established is pretty fucking baller. Something to definitely not take for granted.
Oh, certainly, because that's the hardest part of a group. It's not, getting bigger. It's not making it through the hurdles of pushing your music itself. It's making it through the hurdles of getting along with one another.
Exactly, yeah. And not having to take separate tour buses.
Yeah, you go ahead and go. I'll meet you there. I'm not fucking traveling with you.
Yeah. Fuck you, Pickles. Take your own bus. Everybody should know that Pickles is stark naked right now during this interview.
What?
That's awesome. I mean, you got to feel comfortable. Whenever you're being interviewed, you got to make sure you're in your comfort zone. Whatever that might be. Now, okay, so you guys are all related in one fashion or another and kind of always just been close to one another, but what started the forming of it? When did you guys decide that you wanted to make it into a band?
That started a really, really, really long time ago.
Over a decade.
Wow.
Yeah, this band kind of evolved from my first band that I had that was a very mediocre pop punk band.
Okay.
And from there we decided we wanted to do more of like a Day to Remember, like the metal-y thing. And after a while we just ditched all the pop punk and just started playing metal. And it was the second incarnation of that band, the Day to Remember type sound, To All Aspiring, that eventually became this band.
Okay. That's amazing, though, to see the pitch of, from one side to the other, from one sound to another, that, you're like, hey, we want to try something different. We think it might work better, and I think obviously it's worked well.
Wow. Thank you.
Yeah,
Well, starting out, we were just a bunch of dumb teenagers wanting to be in a band, so of course we played pop punk.
Yeah. Now we're just a bunch of dumb adults.
You know what? It goes in waves, though, man. I mean, you go through different things. I mean, you like playing a certain type of music for a long time, and then sometimes your focus just kind of changes a little bit. You're like, well, I should have been doing this all along, but I tried something else out. I mean, it just comes and goes.
Yeah. We grew as people and as musicians, and kind of found our calling.
Yeah, it's nice to actually feel like we found our true sound. Something that's fun and that other people enjoy as well.
And that's the hardest thing that I think bands or rappers or whoever it might be struggle with. And artists in general, I mean, to find you, not to be playing music for anyone specific other than yourself, to truly find your niche as a group or as an artist is priceless. And a lot of people struggle for a long time searching for that and don't find it. So when you find it, that's the most important thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, what was it like in the Indiana scene? You've always been in Indiana?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, now what was the scene like growing up around there? Because, I mean, obviously I'm not 100%. I've actually played out your guys' way before in the middle of the state, but I don't know much about Indiana. What's the scene like out there?
Growing up, it was a lot of, like, our own shows, like renting a Lions Club, and just everyone in high school that had a band would just, play the show. And then from there are some smaller venues around here that are really, really nice to play. The scene's actually pretty decent around here.
There's a lot of incredible musicians.
Yeah.
But in a small town, it makes sense, You ain't got much to do, so you just go home and focus on your instrument.
Yeah, I mean, you got to have that release in one fashion or another, so it's good to have something to get it out, or you usually snap. Now, what area of Indiana are you guys from?
Farmland.
Farmland, okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I grew up in the middle of nowhere myself.
It's a real place. Yeah, people just think that we're being cheeky, but it's legit. You can find it on a map.
Now, is it farmland though?
Yeah, it is called Farmland.
No, but I mean, is it farmland though? Like, is it a bunch of farms?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're surrounded by fields and stuff. There's no stoplights in this town. It's just like a VP. There's a couple restaurants and a bunch of fields.
There's a four-way stop.
Yeah, there's a four-way stop. That's it.
Sounds peaceful, though. I like it.
Yeah, it's quiet.
It's peaceful until we start practicing.
That's okay, though. I mean, you got to have little spurts of chaos in between the calm, So, no, I like that a lot. I wish I could be in more of a peaceful area. Kind of just simmer down, meditate a little bit, get my mind clear. Always too much noise.
Mm-hmm. A lot of musicians try to find places like this area to be able to sit and do just that, to be able to write their music and to not be disturbed and stuff. So, yeah, it's kind of cool.
Now, talking about...
But
what was that last thing?
Lame when you're growing up and you think that, oh, man, you just want to go to a city. There's nothing to do around here, but
yeah,
now
it's
we
not like that.
It.
Yeah, you get to the city, and then you're like, well, shit, okay, what the hell do I want to come here for?
There's a lot of chaos, yeah.
There's a lot of chaos and noise here, and it stinks and smells funny. You know what I mean? That's my qualm with it. I like fresh, clean air, and when you live in the city and you spend time in the city, you don't really notice it too much anymore. You still do, but when you go to somewhere that's in the mountains or somewhere that's just a clean air, there's no, like you said, stoplights, there's no crazy traffic. It's so clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, out here, cow shit smells like home.
And you know what though? That's fine. I mean, I'm used to that from back in my area that I grew up with, so I'm cool with it. I smell some cow shit and some fresh air, some farm fields. I'm like, all right, this is home. But like, I live closer to the city now. I work in a pretty busy area, so for years now, a decade, I've been, in this area, and there's a big difference. It's a big switch.
Oh yeah.
Someone's commenting in and said, I used to live in a tiny town like that. I loved it. All those stores were inconvenient. I can see that. You probably don't get everything you want to get. Sometimes you have to travel for it. I'm sure that was from Heather. Thank you, Heather.
There's like two diners, and they're both pretty expensive. That's like the only place you can eat if you don't want gas station food.
But we're right in the middle of everything, so it's 20-minute drive to the grocery store, so it's not bad.
That ain't bad. Yeah, I mean, I drive an hour and sometimes an hour and 5 minutes to work every day, and then an hour and 10 minutes back every night. So, I mean, that's a nice distance just to get to work. So when people are like, oh, it's 20 minutes away, I'm like, oh, shit, that's close. Okay.
Yeah, right.
Some people are like, 20 minutes, man, that's way out. I'm like, no, that's pretty close to me.
Yeah, 20 minutes is close.
Now, so you guys have how did the mix-up of members of the band go? So you said you guys did some pop punk and then switched. Was that all of you, or did it kind of change over the last several years with the changing of the music and there was some switching up? How'd that go?
It changed. When it first started out, it was me and my brother playing in the pop punk band, and then our original drummer left to join the military, and we brought in Justin to play drums.
And that was only supposed to be temporary.
Yeah, he was only supposed to be temporary. And then we started doing like a heavier style and stuff.
That was his fault.
Yeah. And then Josh came in and started playing rhythm guitar. Another band member joined the military, and we needed a guitar player, so that's when Josh came in and started playing guitar.
And he was only supposed to be temporary as well.
Okay.
And
he loved me. Couldn't get rid of it.
Well, sometimes the best ones come along by mistake. They are supposed to be temporary, and then it just fits.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just kind of worked.
And then when we started playing heavier music, we decided to try out a two vocalist approach, like Despised Icon, bands like that. And we had two male vocalists. And then one of the male vocalists quit. He started a family, started a new job, and that's when Jesse came in. And then time progressed and stuff, and our other male vocalist left, and we just decided to stay with the one vocalist, and that's kind of how we ended up with the current lineup.
Okay. It's funny, the morphing over time, though, how it changes. It kind of takes its own course.
Yeah, it's getting older and, like, finding out what you like, and it's, like, getting a lot of confidence to, like, not try to write, like, how a band you like writes. And it's like finding things you like in their music, and it's like, oh, I like that, but I like this from this other band. And you kind of mix it together, and it's like, you kind of find your sound.
You do, and that was like we were saying earlier, is knowing and finding yourself, finding your sound is so important, because I think when you start out, that is kind of a true thing that you try to impress almost. So when you write, you're like, no, I can't do that. That would be weird, or like I don't want to write that way because what would people think? You kind of have more of a, even if you're a rebel type kid like me, it was still like whenever I wrote music, I still was like, well, shit, I don't know. I don't think I can do that. I'm going to change that up a little bit because I don't know how that'd be perceived. And as I got older, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to say whatever I want, how I want to, because that's my creative vision. And you're either going to like it or you're not. And what the hell ever at the end of the day. And that's when I found my sound. And it was like, looking back on that years later, it was an incredible moment to say, you know what? Fuck it. We found our sound. This is us. This is who this entity is.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, we got really lucky finding, the members that we have now. I think like the right time. Like I said, when Justin joined the band, he listened to a lot of heavier music than what we were playing, and so he was often playing heavier beats and stuff, so it kind of drove us to do that. We moved into metal, and then when we got Josh, we got a little bit heavier, and then he brought in his wife, Jessie, and that just kind of like sealed the deal on how heavy we really wanted to go. It was like all those pieces kind of fell into place at the right times as we were developing.
And you guys have a unique sound, and that's what's good, is you guys have a heavy sound. It's catchy. I like it. I know other people like it. You want to listen to it again, so it's got repeat value, and it's different. And those are all elements that you need to be able to get at a higher level and continue to keep growing and getting yourself out there. Is too many people want to, as we said, sound like other people and just kind of mimic one another because that's the popular thing to do. And then you got people that just kind of make their own thing, something that takes pieces of all different types of music. And you guys have like a churning pot where when I listen to your songs, I hear a lot of different influences while listening to it. And I'm like, wow, like, okay, I like what they did. And yeah, I'm very impressed. I think whenever we play a song here in a few minutes, I think people are really going to dig it if they haven't heard it already.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah, thank you for that.
You got, I guess, one of your folks here tuning in. Santiago said the gas station in farmland has some bomb-ass 4 a.m. donuts, though.
It's true, man.
There's been a lot of drunken nights walking over there and getting fresh donuts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like coming home from shows, you know, we pull in at 3 or 4 in the morning right when they're making those donuts, and so it's just like walking in there, you know, it's such a small town. You've got, you know, a group of old dudes that every morning they go and they sit, and that's what they do every morning is they just sit in the VP and they drink their coffee and they watch the people that come in. So it's like when
they talk about you.
And they talk about you, yeah. When you have a gaggle of delinquents, especially Santiago, dressed up as a ram priest, walking in at almost 4 in the morning to get donuts, it's drunk as shit. Yeah, it's entertaining, to say the least.
I'm sure it is, and I want to take a moment right now, folks, for anyone out there listening, and just thank the people working gas stations late at night all across the world. I don't think they ever get their just respect. And tonight, for this quick moment, I'm going to thank you guys and gals out there, because I've been among the many times of drunken crowds that have come into the gas station at night, and I'm sure I've been a complete asshole. And, like, not being an asshole, but just you look at the guy and shake your head and say, what a douche. You know, I've definitely been a part of that crowd. And, you know, and just imagine the things that they see on a weekend night at a lot of places whenever the crowds just start rolling in to get gas station food. So much love to you, gas station people.
Yeah, moment down there for gas station.
Now, you guys don't, I don't know, maybe you do. Do you have sheets in Indiana?
Sheep?
Yeah, the gas station sheets.
No, we do not. We got introduced to those in April when we were touring. We went out east, and that's what everybody kept talking about, sheets. And we're like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, they've really spread. They started here in Pennsylvania. They actually started real close to the town I grew up in, like 25 minutes from me is where Sheets started out at. And they're everywhere now, but it's a gas station. It serves really good food. I mean, it's like restaurant, like quick order, but I mean, it's better than McDonald's, better than Wendy's or Burger King or anything, shit like that. I mean, it's pretty good food. But it's at a gas station. And they've really become big, but you go in there like 3 a.m. in the morning, and there'll be like 25, 30 people standing at Sheets from all different bars and different areas, and they're all wasted, and they're all ordering food, and that's what I'm saying. Those people in there probably be like, want to shoot every one of us.
Yeah.
Now, we had 3 songs tonight that we were going to play, and I want to introduce the fans to at least one of them right now. Which of the 3 would you guys like to jump into first?
Let's jump into the title track, Obsequious.
All right, we're going to do it right now. You heard it, folks. This is you said I can't say it. Obsequious?
Obsequious, yeah.
Obsequious, yeah, all right, cool. I'm not going to try to say it again, but Montra Of Morta. Yeah, I will say it. Obsequious. We'll be right back on Uncovering the Underground.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Digging until death.
the ash post taste, leaving no breath of fresh air. For the rest of humanity, for the rest of humanity.
Well, damn, guys, that was Obsequious by Montra of Morta. And, wow, I'm loving it. I'm sure you guys and girls out there are loving it as well. If you are, leave us a comment. If you didn't know, through Spreaker.com and through the Spreaker app, you can leave us comments live during the show, leave us feedback, share your input on things as we're talking about them, as a lot of these people are doing right now. And also ask our guests each and every week questions. So if you're listening out there on whatever platform, that's fine. We're everywhere. We appreciate you listening. But if you want to interact with the show, you got to do that through Spreaker, and that's Spreaker. So, guys, what is the what's the feeling? What's the thought behind Obsequious?
So, obsequious, the definition, basically, it is to bow down to your oppressors, your naysayers. It's basically to just bow down and take the shit. So it's kind of ironic in the sense of the song. It's like to no longer be obsequious, to no longer say, just to lie down and take shit. It's to stand up for yourself and actually to feel your self-worth, and to just say, you know what, fuck you, I don't have to take this shit. Pretty much. That's
good, Doze. I mean, it's like, I'm taking back control. I'm not letting you hold me down.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, I know you guys just recently released a new album. Why don't you tell us, is that song off of that specific album?
That's the title track off of the album.
Oh, that is the title track off the album. Okay. Now, the album dropped, I think, not even within the last month and a half. Is that correct?
January 4th is when we did the physical copy release, and then on the 20th is when it was digitally released.
Now, how has that been perceived so far?
We've actually gotten quite a lot of feedback.
Yeah, it's been really good. People seem to love it. We've gotten tons of good reception on it.
And people have said, they don't listen to it just one time. They'll listen to it like a couple times, or even I've gotten messages from people saying, damn, I've just listened to it 3 different times, and each time I listen to it, I find something new about it that I really like. So what you said earlier, the repeatability, I think is what you said. It's nice
the repetition playback. Yeah, you want to listen to it more, because everything I've heard from you guys, it was like that the very first time I heard you, and so I'm like, oh shit. As soon as I was done with the song, I hit replay, and I'm like, oh, and I listened to it again, and I'm like, wow, okay. I'm like, I like them, because usually I do that with a good album, a good song. a lot of albums, if I like it, I listen to it the whole way through, and I get the feel of I like it. I get the feel of, wow, it's a great album. But then I listen to it a second time, and it's like I always enjoy a good album the second time through more than I do the first.
Yeah, I'm the same.
It like really hits you the second time around. You're like, okay, wow. Like you kind of know what to expect in certain parts, but then it still takes you a little bit. And you kind of groove to it. It sticks in your brain because after the second time, it's something you never forget.
Yeah, you really start to appreciate all the little details that you catch.
Absolutely. I mean, you got little pieces that just don't stick with you the first time, but the second time you're like, oh shit, did you just hear that? Did you hear what they did in the guitar right there? Did you hear that drum roll right there, that scream, or how the transition of the singing and screaming, flowed so evenly? It's definitely something to appreciate. You guys got a great sound.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, I believe with that that drop of that album, you also recently released a music video. Is that correct?
Yeah, that actually came before the album. It's PIG, stands for People in General, and that's actually off of our Kingslayer EP, so the EP that we put out before Obsequious.
Okay. I love the video. I love the fact of the video because you can not only feel your guys' music and vibe to it and get a feel of the video, but you kind of let a piece of your suspension show in there. As you said, you do that live as well, but you bring that to the table. So if someone doesn't know who you guys are on YouTube and they're just surfing, they click on the video and start watching it, they're going to dig the music, but they're going to be like, oh shit, because the first time I watched it, I didn't actually realize. I was like watching it, but I was doing something else, and I was looking up and down at it, and it took me a few to realize, oh shit, she's suspended right now. I'm like, I didn't even fucking realize. I see you singing. I was watching a video. I thought some crazy shit was going on in the background, and then it hit me, and I'm like, wow, she's doing that during the video. That's pretty dope.
Thanks. Yeah, it's really cool when I get to marry the two, the flesh hook suspension with the band and stuff. It's a whole different ball game in itself, but it's definitely something I enjoy. We actually got to film that on my birthday, so that was really fun.
That's cool. I'm sure it's pretty hard to always be able to try to find a place to do that because, I mean, you got places that won't allow it. You got some places that they just don't have the height of the ceiling to be able to hang the rig that you need to suspend from.
Exactly.
So it can be difficult because I have a friend here that they got a great band here in Pittsburgh, and they do some skin suspension and shit, and they're pretty wild, and they have a hard time ever getting to be a place that they can do that as well.
Yeah, it's sad. It's definitely sad. But there are some places, some venues. It's more so up to the county, really, and the Board of Health, and whether or not they want to allow it, or whether they think that it's just fucking self-mutilation, or, that's the problem with here. What is it, Madison? Is it Madison County? Delaware. It's Delaware County. They just now put a fucking ban on it, so it's like,
oh wow,
we got to go out of the county to even be able to do it anymore.
Well, that's something a lot of people don't probably even realize, that, when you see a band out there doing something like a skin show or a skin suspension, that is not just them doing that. That's, at least shouldn't be. That's them being cleared to be able to do that, because as you just heard, there can be legal repercussions to that.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, we've got licensed professionals that we work with to get it done. We clear everything, like the county and the venue, and we make sure all our ducks are in a row before we even attempt it.
Yeah, you have to, because you want to protect yourself that something doesn't happen, because God forbid there is an accident or something, and then they end up suing you instead of you. You're already hurt and trying to worry about that, and then they're like, oh, we're going to sue you because now we found out that there was a show here that you didn't let us know about. That's all bad. You have to do it by the books.
Right, exactly.
No, but that's dope. I hope at some point I get to see you guys live. Like I said, I do travel and see different shows. At some point, I'm sure our paths will cross, but I would love to see it, and hopefully it is at a venue that can happen.
Yeah, man, we'll come to you. You just keep in touch. If you've got buddies out there that already do it, we'd love to travel out and know that we'd be able to do that. That would be really cool.
Yeah, I have to hook you guys up with Only Flesh. They are an amazing band. They are some wild people. I'm sure most of the people in the world, when they see them, are like, holy fuck, these guys are intense, visually to the eye and everything, but they are the sweetest people you'll ever meet, and they put on a hardcore show, walking on swords, laying on bed of nails, and all kinds of shit.
I've heard of them, actually. I think I think they would do shows out at like there's a big haunted house that was close around here, I think.
Okay.
The Haunted Hoochie, I think they played at before.
You know what?
where
That's
they would
crazy.
do-
You just said the Haunted Hoochie. As a kid, I wanted to go there, and it was always like, you have to be 21 to enter the program. And I'm
Well,
like-
and that's why.
and I'm like, and I haven't heard about it in years. I didn't know if it was even still around. Is it?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, we've got a friend who from here in Muncie that goes out and does like what is it? MC, like the
It's like trivia stuff. And
yeah.
like,
Look,
Okay. Now, is it as intense as everybody says?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I said, is it as intense as everyone says? Because, like, I know whenever I seen it as a kid, there was, like, videos of it, how people throughout the United States were trying to ban it because it was such an intense, like, haunted house show that it was too realistic and stuff, and it was causing, like, legal issues, and that was a big thing. That's why when I was younger, I was like, oh, I want to go, but you had to be 21, and I'm like, it's bullshit. And then over the years, I just forgot about it.
I think you have to be 21 because I think that they can touch you and pull you away from your group. I could be wrong, but I think that's why they went ahead and just made it 21 and over. And I think they might have alcohol there too.
Oh,
I'm not
never a good
100%
thing.
on that.
Get someone drunk and
Man.
throw them in a haunted house, beat the shit out of them.
I didn't mean to punch him, man. He just scared me and I was wasted.
Yeah, that could happen. I mean, it almost happens sometimes here. I've actually seen some shit go down before in haunted houses here in Pittsburgh where, like, because certain ones, they are allowed to touch you as well. And I've seen people get, like, almost in altercations because they were touched and freaked out and too scared, and the adrenaline starts kicking, and I don't know. I don't get scared, so it's hard for me to really understand. Like, I walk through haunted house and something jumps out at me. It doesn't scare me. I don't get scared of the paranormal side, as we were talking about during the break. I don't get scared of anything. I don't know. I don't understand the logic behind it. Don't get me wrong. There's things in life that are probably scary. It's just I haven't encountered them yet.
Yeah.
Sounds crazy. It's the emotion's just not there. Now, what is next for you guys? Obviously, Ian's recently released the album Obsequious. You dropped the video that I mentioned prior to that, Pig. People in general. I mean, so you guys have been putting out some good visuals, some good audio, playing a lot of shows. What can we look forward to next from you guys? What's on the way?
Conquering the world.
I think we're getting ready to start on another video soon, right?
Yep. Another music video. We're increasing the amount of merch we'll have. We have some stuff in the works with trying to start blogging and just a bunch of projects right now.
Good. That's a busy mind's a good one.
Yeah.
And traveling. Definitely traveling.
Now, where can we see you guys as far as playing? Where's, I mean, are you just within a few states of where you're at now? Do you have plans of touring? What, for someone who doesn't know much about you guys, music and where you're from and all that, why don't you tell us, where the normal areas we can catch you at?
We play a lot of shows in like our connected states like Illinois, Ohio, and Kentucky, and
Michigan
especially. We love Michigan. That place is great. But we've been as far as like New Jersey on our tour. We played a show every day on our way out there. We've been down to Texas, so we're really trying to branch out. But as of right now, it's really like Indiana and pretty much everything it touches. That's mostly where we're at.
We've got another run coming up soon, back to Texas for a few days in March.
Hopefully Memphis and Oklahoma also.
Yeah.
Talks of Wisconsin.
You guys said you already were in Texas before?
Yep.
What was that like? I've always wanted to play over there. I've never got that far.
Texas, first off, Texas is fucking beautiful. The people are like the nicest we've ever met. That place, and when they say everything is bigger in Texas, they actually mean it. That place is huge. We were in, what was it? It was Dallas.
Dallas Fort Worth. Yeah.
Dallas Fort Worth. That city is gigantic.
And the club was awesome. It was the Rail. That place was amazing. That's where we're going back to.
Yeah, if you ever get a chance to go down to Texas, I recommend it. That place is great.
Yeah, I've been wanting to get over there for sure. Jess, what were you saying?
Oh, just the Rail is a great venue. They're great people, and the stage is phenomenal, and it was just a really good time. I can't wait to go back in March. I'm very excited.
I would imagine, yeah, it's a good time. I always love playing out of state. Don't get me wrong, I love playing in front of local crowds. I love playing around my state because I love my state and I love where I'm from, but I always enjoy when you throw me in the middle of fucking somewhere I've never been before, way out, and I'm like, I don't know where I'm at. I don't know a single person here, especially me as a solo artist. And there's been times I've went far away by myself, so I'm 4 states over, and I'm 100% alone, and I'm like, I want to walk out in front of this crowd, and I'm like, what's up, fuckers? Let's do it, and just rock out and have a good time. You know what I mean? And I love it. There's nothing better in the world than that, than going against all opposition and just fucking rocking with it.
Yeah, man, it's adventurous.
That's life. Life's all about adventure. If you're not getting to really reap the spoils of it, then what the hell's the point?
Yeah. Our thoughts exactly.
Now, I always ask all my guests this, and I mean, you can answer as a collective, you can answer as individuals, it doesn't matter. If you had to pick between one or the other, I would like to know your guys' opinions. The choices are, you put out a song that is just a masterpiece. Everyone that hears it falls in love with it. It's going to be around decades from now. You make it. It's the metal jam that everybody always needed. It just fucking goes beyond anything you can imagine. You're set money-wise, fame-wise, reputation-wise. But every other song that you release after that is a dud. No one seems to give a shit about it. You just keep trying and trying and trying, and all your songs suck. But you have that one massive hit in your set. Or the other option would be you write song after song that whenever you guys hear it, you're like, that is a masterpiece. It's the best shit that you ever have wrote in your life. But when you put it out there to the fans to try to push it for people to love it back, no one cares.
That's very tough. You don't want to be a one-hit wonder type band, but at the same time, you don't want people who don't want to hear your music, because then you're not going to get booked to play that music. So, fuck.
Oh. I mean, personally, I would probably pick the second option, because writing music that sucked for the rest of my life would be hell.
Yeah. If I don't enjoy it, then there's no point in playing it, so...
But if I write music that I feel, or that we feel is good music, then I think we'd be happy with ourselves at least.
Yeah.
I can agree with that.
That'll be option 2 then.
Yep.
Okay, as a group, we're going with option 2.
Yep.
Okay.
Finally.
I get a lot of different responses to that, and a lot of good reasonings behind why that is. And I can understand both sides. I've had people say, you know what, I love making music, but if I make that one song that's going to set me for life, it's going to make me famous, which is going to open the gate to do all kinds of other shit, and I'm going to become rich off it and set my family up. They're like, I would definitely do that. But then I completely feel the other side, though, too, that I want to make music that's true to me because I enjoy making music, and if everything I write sucks, then I'm not going to enjoy doing it anymore. So, it's a truly a hard question to answer. But I like your guys' reasoning, and I like what you picked.
Yeah, you don't want to be disingenuous to yourself, You want to play music that you like, and if everybody else, doesn't really care for it, at least you're still living for the music.
I feel like I'm living option 2 right now, and I have been for a long time. I'm writing songs that are just fucking badass. I love them. They're killer. I don't get near the recognition it probably should, and that's cool. I don't give a shit at the end of the day. I'm going to keep rocking out with it. So I'm stuck in option 2. That one-hit wonder ain't never happening, I don't think.
Maybe it'll be a cult classic type thing,
You never know. It could be.
Yeah.
It'll come back when I'm dead, like 55, 60 years from now. They're going to be like, oh, yeah, this song's amazing. This dude was a beast. Won't help me none.
At least it'll be set.
Yeah, someone will be set. It just won't be me. My little dude will be set. All right, let's see if we got any comments. The last comment we got was from Chris Nolan. He said, gotta love those late night sheets runs. I seen that earlier. I never got a chance to say it. Yes, Chris, we do love the late night sheet runs. Anyone here in Pennsylvania is hitting up some sheets. Although they got a competitor. They got Speedway now. Speedway's coming in for the kill. These fuckers popped up in like the last 3 years and have just popped up everywhere.
Man, we're full of speedways all around here.
Are you okay? I was gonna say they came in like the plague. And the thing is that they are dirty, which all gas stations are. They are dirty in their methods. They're building every one of them either right across the street or within like a quarter of a mile of a Sheetz. So they're literally building them right across the street, and they're like, "Hey there, fucker!" And they're like, "We're coming in for money too." You know, it's just funny, like the direct competition.
Except their food is shit, though.
Yeah, their food is not good.
I like some Speedway stuff. It's like tornadoes.
I've seen the things that make you guys cheer.
There was a few good speedways, not in Indiana. They were in Ohio.
Well, the ones that made
I like
speedway food.
But also, we have the VP over there that has half-assed ham sandwiches, so Speedway food's pretty decent.
I mean, okay, I won't talk too much shit. I mean, Speedway's food is it's a better quality gas station food than what most people associate in their mind with gas station food. But when you start talking like Sheetz is the next level up. It's beyond your normal gas station. So I would say Speedway is top tier of like the middle grade. Like, it's good. It'll get you through, and you're like, yeah, I can live with that for the night and get through with that on the road. It's not what I want to be having, but it's also like I'm not eating the hot dog that's been on the rotisserie for the last 3.5 days. Because God knows I've been there. I've gotten those little churros, or not churros, but the little taquitos that have been like twisting on the thing, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, I remember I went into a gas station on the road one time, and there was 3 of them on there, and I was starving, and I was like, hey man, how much for these things over here? And he's like, oh bro, he's like, if you want those 3, you can just have them.
Oh, you're going to get worms later, but you can have them.
And here's the thing, I mean, I knew right then and there something was severely wrong, but I still ate them.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta do.
I was like, I got a long time before I'm home, so I'm eating these fucking deadly things, and we're going to see what happens. All right, so we don't have Sheetz here in the South. It's sad, and you never know when you'll have that one hit. We have got stations down. Oh, shit, there's comments flying in left and right. Hold on a second here. We have gas stations down here that sell meat and 3 plates of real country cooking.
Hell yeah.
I'd be down with that.
Yeah.
You walk in, they like sit you down at the table, they put a bib on you, they like hand you the turkey and the gravy and all the fixings, and you're like, here you go. I'm like, I'll take 20 on pump 4. We got another comment here. Both EPs and the full length are masterpieces, in my opinion. I would agree. I actually was just getting Facebook messages coming into me as well, which I don't usually check during the show because it's too much to keep track of. But I did see a couple, and someone left a comment after we played Obsequious, and they were like, holy fuck, this jam's amazing. So you guys are getting some love out there from the folks listening in.
Thank you.
Now, another question I ask everybody is, I think all of us as artists have certainly made mistakes over time and learned from the things that we've done. Growing as a band, growing as an individual, it doesn't really matter. What is one mistake that you guys would say that you've done early on that you don't necessarily regret doing because it helped grow you into who you are now, but if you had to redo it, you certainly wouldn't do it again? Whether that be wasting time on unneeded efforts, being late to practices all the time, not showing up to things, all the different things that a band, because I've been in a band for many years, all the different things that associated with that. What's the one thing as a group that you cumulatively say, you know what, we don't regret doing it, it helped us, but if we could redo it again, we wouldn't fucking do that?
The delay on merch.
Yeah, we were kind of slow getting stocked up. We really could have made a lot more headway by now if we had been more proactive.
Yeah, and we've had a lot of people in the past come up and ask for certain things that we just didn't have anymore because we failed to stock up on it, and those moments always suck.
But now that that's happened, like we have a system we're putting in place where we're like, we have inventory, we're making sure we have these orders, like we're actually getting all our shit together because that happened. So it was a good thing.
It's
Definitely
a
a learning experience.
It is. I was just going to say it's a hard learning experience because not only when you get to merch, but when you really start pushing some merch, it becomes a whole different thing that people aren't mentally ready for in most cases.
Yeah.
It's a lot to handle.
Because it's all fun thinking you're going to sell a shirt, and you're like, fuck yeah, I'm going to sell a shirt, and then all of a sudden you're like, I sold one, then I sold another one, and okay, I just sold 3, and now I sold a poster, I sold a sticker, a decal, a koozie, all the different shit that you gather up throughout having time and having different merch, and then it becomes this thing, you're like, oh my god, I got to send 7, 8 packages out this week. I got to draw them up, I got to put them in the package, I got to make sure it's right, I got to do the right sizes, I got to get to the post office, and then start thinking, you're like, holy fuck, this just became a job to sell my merch, but you need it because that revenue coming in is what helps pay for the studio time, what helps pay for restocking of the merch. It becomes something different, and when you're young, you don't think of that. I sure as fuck did. And I had merch pretty early. I was lucky enough that I just kind of went all in, but I didn't respect the fact of what it was capable of becoming until it started becoming it.
Yeah, it's a whole nother level of adulting.
It is. Yeah, because you don't want to be that guy that everyone's like, yeah, I fucking ordered a shirt from him 2 months ago. I still haven't got it.
Yeah.
And it's not because you're ripping them off. It's just because you don't got your shit together and you can't get stuff out and you're falling behind. And I promise I'm going to send it. I promise I'm going to send it. There's been a lot of artists out there that do that, or they just don't send it because they get busy or one reason or another, and they just rip people off, and that's fucked up. It's like you have to have a process down. You have to know that, okay, Tuesdays are my days to get packages ready each week. Wednesday's my day to ship it. Thursday, Friday, and Saturdays are my day to push more merch packages out there to get people to buy them. It just becomes a constant struggle. You get some comments rolling in here. 3 a.m. food will give you the sheets. They will give you the sheets. And then Santiago said they sure will, Steve. And then I got I have ate a lot of that food. It's not good. Yeah, I mean, it just depends. To each their own. I think Sheets is good for gas station food, like I said. They have
for a gas station to have options like that, you don't.
They got all kinds of shit. Like you can get inventive at night. You're like, oh, I want a fucking hot jalapeno chicken sandwich with 3 macaroni cheese deep fried bites and 2 fucking Cool Ranch Doritos on it, and they'll make it.
Those the gas stations where it's like skip hoagies, whatever they're called.
Do they sell pierogies at the Sheets?
They do not sell pierogies, but I'm a huge fan of pierogies. In fact, most of my life, pierogies was my favorite food. Like, it was my favorite thing ever.
Everybody was telling us to get pierogies while we were on tour.
Have you ever had pierogies?
I have not.
No.
So that's so funny because when you live over here, like if you don't know what a pierogi is over here, it's weird. Like if you said that to someone, and people do every now and then, but like pierogies is a thing that everyone here knows like the back of their hand. But we don't remember that when we go other places, people don't know it. And I've been other places across the country and in Kelly and in Nevada and all this other places that I'm like, I've mentioned pierogies, and they're like, what? And I'm like, a pierogi. And they look at me like I'm an alien, and I'm like, you don't know what a pierogi is? They're like, no, I've never even heard of a pierogi. I'm like, oh, shit, okay. It's like not knowing what fucking pancakes are. But, I mean, most of the United States doesn't. It's only certain areas, but to that area, we feel it's like as common as pancake. It's weird. I don't know. But if you haven't had a pierogi, I suggest you eating them on the road sometime. It is like depending upon where you get it, it's a homemade noodle, mashed potatoes in it. It's crinked around the side, and it usually has stuff in it. So it might be like minced up parsley and cheese and something else inside of it, and it's like a mashed potato. So it's a really good noodle. It's like a ravioli, but much, much better.
Wow, I'm hungry.
That actually seems really good.
Oh, they're awesome. They're originally Polish, and a lot of Polish churches and stuff will still make them and sell them on different weekends and stuff around here. So you can go to like one of your Slovakian churches in the area and stop and pick up pierogies on a Saturday morning. They're all homemade by like 90-year-old Slovakian women. It's fucking awesome. Can't beat it. And we got people still talking about these donuts over here. 4 a.m. donuts in Farmville.
Dangerous.
Oh, no. Now, I think we're going to jump into one of the other two songs right now, let them hear a little bit more. I know they're craving it. I actually just had someone ask if there was more. Which of the two songs do we want to jump into? We got Trophies and Cognitive Dissonance.
Trophy. Let's do Trophy.
Trophy? Let's do it. All right, guys. This is Trophy by Montra of Morta. We'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Trophy by Montra of Morta. They've been hanging out with us for the last hour. We've been listening to their music, picking their brains on how they got formed, who they are, where they're from, where they play, and what they've put out. We've covered most of it, but we still have a little bit more to go. If you've missed any of the show, don't fret. You can always listen to it after the show is over. Right now, obviously, it's live, so you can't rewind back. But when this does end, it is automatically available for streaming, and you can do so on any platform out there from iTunes to Spotify, Google Play, and everything in between. If you still want to leave us any comments before the end of the show tonight, do so through Spreaker, and that's Spreaker. We have a bunch of people in the chat right now chatting it up. You can feel free to be a part of it, ask our guests questions before we finish for the night, and make sure you check out all of their links, their music video, purchase their album, their merch that they got out there. Everything that these guys and gal are doing is awesome, and you need to be supporting it and helping them, push them further so that they can keep doing incredible things. Guys, another amazing song.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, someone said, thank you for letting me hang out with all of you tonight. Well, absolutely, Heather. We appreciate you hanging out with us. Hopefully you're enjoying the music. If you are, make sure you give these guys a like and a follow and pick up their album. When are we going to see Pickles using his new drum kit?
That will be the first time live this Saturday in Dayton, Ohio.
Dayton, Ohio gets to see the new drum set. Now, what are we playing on?
It is a Mapex Armory.
Okay. This been something, did you just have to switch? Is this something you've had your eyes set on for a while? What's the story behind that?
Yeah, all the drum kits I've played on were used, and I've never owned anything brand new, so all the used stuff, it's used, beat up. So it's just time for something brand new sound.
That's awesome, though. You're going to fall in love with it, and you're going to make love to it. It's going to be a nice thing. Going to get to learn your instrument, especially when it's new. When you get that new one, I mean, even guitars, I've been a guitar player for a long time, and, there's nothing wrong with playing a used guitar. I've bought several, but nothing like the feeling of buying that brand new when it's never been played for. I'm talking not even on the walls in Guitar Center that, it's been in the box, you pull it out, and you just kind of shred on it the first time and let it know, like, hey, I'm your daddy.
Yeah.
You belong to me now. And nothing like that feeling, so I can't wait for you to know. Do you have it yet, and you're busting it? Did you just get it?
Yeah, I just got it this last weekend, but it's set up and ready to go.
Okay, awesome. And you guys said where in Ohio are you playing?
Dayton, Ohio.
Dayton, Ohio. Okay.
Hank's Pub.
Hank's Pub, I think, is the venue.
Okay. You always love the little pub names. I love that. Like the pubs and taverns, and I know you guys have Carl's Tavern, which is a big name out in Indiana that a lot of people play at.
Yeah, we've played there a few times.
It's a pretty cool place. I always hear people talking about it.
Yeah, it's actually pretty cool.
Nice little hole in the wall.
Yeah, food's really, really good.
I love holes in the wall. Honestly, over the years, I've actually learned to prefer to play in front of small, tight-knit, shoulder-to-shoulder bar crowds than I do for bigger venues that are like main stage, a lot of people. Don't get me wrong, I still love playing for a lot of people, but the feeling of those small bar shows is a certain type of ambiance about it that a big show cannot give.
Yeah, it's more intimate.
More intimate, and intimacy to me anymore these days is everything. Like, I'd rather feel that feeling than the rush of 1,000 people in front of me. I mean, it's a great feeling in both cases, but, when I get out in front of a crowd and everyone's vibing to it and everyone's in the right mood and you just finish out the night perfectly, that's the best feeling in the world.
Yeah, man, you get to look people in the eyes and really connect.
And that's what I'm all about for sure. Now, talking about you really connecting with what you do, if you guys had all the time back that you spent drumming, guitar, bass, singing, all of it, to put into one other thing in your lives, all of that time, effort, stress, everything, all of it back, boom, right now, what is it you'd put it into?
What do you mean? Go deeper. What do you mean?
So every hour that you spent on vocals, every practice, everything that you've ever put into your craft, for all of you, if you had all those hours back to put into one other focus of yours, one other thing that you guys would like to do that maybe you don't do now, or maybe you just wish you had more time for, if you didn't have the music and you could put it into one other thing, what would it be?
Never thought about.
Yeah, I've never thought about that either.
It's strictly the music. There is nothing else.
I would kind of wish I could get an engineering degree, but that would take a lot of time.
It'd be good. The thing is, engineers are a certain type of person. I'm not saying that you're not that type of person because I don't know you personally, but sometimes I almost say don't be the engineer. The analytical mind sometimes can be intense. I work at a job where I work with a lot of paperwork, and I work with people that are engineers from time to time, and they want to read every fucking word of every single page of everything.
Yeah, I do.
Sounds like Dylan.
Oh no, that's the worst. I'm like, all right, we need to go through these 45 pages, and you hand them to them. We're going through them quick, and they're like, hold on a second, let me read this. And it's like 2 hours later, and they're still reading, and you're like, dude, this should have taken 10 minutes. Nothing wrong with it. It's just like, wow, sometimes it's a little much to handle, but that's all right though.
Yeah, it's just kind of how I have to do things. I can't help it.
Comes in handy because then you can just hand him the contract.
yeah. Check this over. Let us know what you think because you're going to obviously scan it. No, there's nothing wrong with that, though. I mean, here's the thing: is engineers make great fucking money. So you know what? They might be a little quirky in the fact that they read every single page and have to know every word, but at the same time, they're making bank. So who's laughing last?
Yeah, I don't know. I was never really interested in the money in it. I just kind of wanted to be able to build shit. Like, ever since I was a kid, I was always taking stuff apart and putting it back together, usually fucking it up. But, I would take apart electronics and then rebuild them into different things. And they were usually pieces of junk. But that's just the kind of thing I like to do. I like to build stuff.
I used to be curious of that, and I'd always have a hard time, too. I'd rip things apart and then just they would never get rebuilt. Like, not even, I'm sure you rebuilt things and sometimes you didn't, sometimes it just didn't go right, but it was every time it didn't go right for me. I'd rip it apart and I'd be like, oh shit, what did I do that for? And then I could never reassemble it. And I'm like, all right, well, broke another toy, Mom, sorry. You know that remote control I got 3 months ago? It's done. Tried to build it into something bigger, it didn't work. Now, we got some comments coming in. Been watching the progress of this band for 12 years. They work hard to achieve what they have done. They all are great people. And that came from a fan named Steve. Well, Steve, thank you for that lovely comment. And I can tell that they obviously have progressed just from talking to them over the years, and it turned into something that I certainly enjoy. And I will be keeping my eye on for years to come. So it's always great to see a band's progression. They love you, Steve. Now, so the rest of you, we heard the engineering. What about the rest of you? What would you guys pick?
Actually, yeah. I think if I had all that time and all that stuff back, I'd probably go to school. When I was younger, I always wanted to be a paleontologist.
Okay, awesome job.
Yeah, traveling around the world. When I was younger, I was really into dinosaurs and stuff like that. I don't know, that just always seemed cool to me.
It'd be a tough job, too, because you got to think. What people don't think about paleontology and things like that is if you get out in the field and you actually are exhuming skeletal remains out of the desert and things like that, you are standing in 150, 140-degree desert digging this fucking dinosaur bone out. You know what I mean? It's an intense thing, yeah. And you got to be very careful, and you got to go very, very slow. Every little tiny speck of dirt has to be swept away and analyzed to make sure it's nothing, and you can't chip the bone. And I mean, it's long, tedious, hard, hot work in a lot of cases, or not necessarily hard. You might be in the jungle and it might be really fucking wet and mosquito-y. I mean, they go to all kinds of terrains.
Cold, so that would work.
What's that?
Yeah.
He's always cold, so it sounds right up his alley.
Okay, yeah, then it might work out good then.
Yeah, I think I saw something, a paleontologist like 25 years ago found this skeletal remain of this new dinosaur, and they've been excavating it for 25 years now just because it's like one of the only ones found, and the skeleton's in such good condition. And it's such a complicated process.
And that's it,
And it's
because
like-
you don't want to chip it. One false move, and you might have just snapped this bone in half and ruined the entire thing.
Exactly.
I don't know if I could do it. That'd be too much pressure.
Like I said, when I was growing up, that was always a thing I wanted to do. It was like, even when I got older and I found out that like paleontologists don't really get paid anything, it's pretty much like you get a grant to like go out somewhere in like the middle of the desert and, you know, dig up bones and stuff. Like, it just always seemed cool to me.
You get a grant to go out there and suffer in the desert for free. They're like, this is your job. Now we're just not going to pay you. Enjoy.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's kind of like being a musician. You know what I mean? You get paid in passion. That's it. You just get paid with your passion. You don't make shit for it.
Exactly.
At least I sure as fuck don't. I know most don't either. It's a sad thing. I mean, it depends on the area. That's another thing. Is like in Pittsburgh or some of the areas around here, a lot of the shows anymore over the last decade have become, you know, a lot of pay to play, or sell a shit ton of fucking tickets. So it's like you got to sell these gazillion tickets and get on the show. And it used to not be like that. And some places aren't. Some cities I've went to, you can just play. It's hard in certain areas though. The changing of tides certainly has happened in the music scene, and it makes it and has set up for a way that the promoters can make money. But a lot of times the bands and musicians can't make the money. So where once you used to be able to make a few $100 a night performing, now it's like you can make, you know, the door fee and you made $70. You know what I mean? It's become certainly a lot different over the years.
Yeah, a lot of times you're like very lucky just to like make gas money and like $10 extra.
Exactly, especially in metal and hip hop, the two genres I've focused my life around like an idiot. You don't make the money on now. You get done playing, they're like, "Thank you for driving 2.5 hours to come play here and, you know, bust your balls during the set. Here is $22."
Exactly, yeah.
And you're like, "Well, thanks, man. We spent $75 getting out here. I appreciate that 22. That's sweet." But you know what? It's paid with passion, as I always say, and that's really what it is. Is it doesn't really matter. The money is a great thing. You're willing to sacrifice money. You're willing to not get paid anything because you just want to go out and play in front of people.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's my drug. It's my drug of choice.
Yeah.
Now, any more from you guys of what you'd do? Jesse, what would you do?
You know, I always wanted to be a singer or, you know, to be a performer of some sort, but I went the smart route because I know that, you know, I was told that music might not always pan out, so I actually went to a veterinary science tech school and went to school to be a veterinary technician. I'm a dog groomer now. That's like my day job, but I think I would go and I would pursue maybe marine biology or, you know, a zoologist, something definitely working with exotic animals and the science field of it all.
No, that's awesome. I actually wanted to be a zoologist for many, many years of my life when I was younger. Chose to go a little bit of a different direction, but that was a huge passion of mine for a long time. I'm an animal lover. I actually seen pictures that you had posted up on the computer of your dog grooming and having one of the dogs was really cute. I'm a huge animal fan, so I'm hardcore as fuck in a lot of ways, but when it comes to animals, absolutely love them.
Oh, yeah, soft spot for sure.
Greatest thing in the world. I like animals way more than I like people.
Yeah, exactly. It's like people are like, well, why don't you go to, you know, do human hair? And it's like, well, animals don't, I mean, they talk, but they don't really talk. You know what I mean?
No, exactly. They do. And I don't know, I feel more comfortable around animals than I do people. Not that I feel uncomfortable with people. It's just I prefer to be around animals.
Yeah.
I got a comment here. If it makes you feel any better, some of us have to drive ways out to see y'all because no one comes here. Yeah, I mean, depending upon what areas you're from, yes, some shows you do have to drive a long way. Now, Heather, what state are you coming out of? I see you leaving messages. I know you've tuned into the show many times before. You said down south. Are we talking like Louisiana? Where are we talking? And yeah, I would definitely, like I said, if I could have some time back, that would be something I'd put my thought into doing that. It just wasn't anything around here that I could possibly do in zoology, so I would have had to move really far away, and I just didn't want to do it. I kind of like where I'm from. I'm a nerd like that. It's like I like living here, and I've moved within areas of Pennsylvania, but I like being on this side of the country.
Yeah, that was the thing. It's like to pursue, marine biology. Being in Indiana kind of fucking sucks because you're landlocked as fuck. So you'd have to move away, and it's like, I moved from farmland to Indianapolis to go to school, and that was a big jump. Just being an hour away. Couldn't imagine, being 18 and just moving, clear across the country to be able to pursue, something that you're not even 100% sure is going to pan out.
No, exactly. And you are literally in the worst area ever. Like to be in Indiana, not that that's bad, but I'm saying like to want to do stuff with the ocean. You're kind of, you're like right in the middle. You're like, well, I can go either direction, but I'm nowhere close. That's a long journey, so I can understand that. Heather tuned in and said Alabama. Well, thank you for tuning in from Alabama. I'm sure there has to be good shows down in Alabama, just not be a lot of heavy metal and underground hardcore hip hop. There might be though. I don't know. I've been down that way before, but I've never played in Alabama. Well, much love to you, Heather. Now we got one more song to jump into, and then we're gonna have you guys give out where we can check out all your stuff at. Who you would like to thank. I'll give my closing announcements and statements, and we'll go ahead and wrap up for the evening. Why don't you give us a segue into this last song?
Oh, this is Cognitive Dissonance.
You heard it, folks. We'll be right back on Uncovering the Underground. This is Cognitive Dissonance.
You deem it worthy, all directions are contrite. Not much longer will you last when all your wisdom upon is fight. You take with one hand while shedding in the other. Upon your own will, you will smother. Belief and desire come with the tangible lines. You can feel it as sin, accept the life of your rights. You come to know dissonance. In the wake of your once and for all, with the flames of mistakes licking up the remains of your soul. Of your soul, for the sake of the end. End of this. Among your man, just clean up your fucking mess. Stand dangerously close to the edge, to win the line that you crossed before. Nothing but the shell of a human, shattered on the lips of demise. Jingle bell at your final curtain, golden, consequence. Cognitive dissonance. You can change your perception. Reality is malleable as you can bend it. Everybody
Well, folks, you heard the third and final song tonight from Montra of Morta, and that is Cognitive Dissonance. And as I said with each and every one of the tracks tonight, wow. I already knew that beforehand, but I get to relive it again on the air with you guys. So if you're listening out there for the first time, I feel the energy that you're feeling right now. They're fucking dope, and I know you guys like them just as much as I do. So hit that like button, share button, and follow button, not only on the radio show, as I always ask you, but also on these guys' artist page. Make sure you check them out. Please, as I said, please buy their album, their merch. Go out and see them at a local show. If they're on tour, see them on tour. Do what you can to get great bands like this out there further to do bigger and better things, because they deserve it. They are the blood and lifeline of the underground. So certainly support that. If you like them, leave a comment. We're getting ready to wrap up the show in a couple minutes, but there's still time for a few more comments as I see them flying in. Let me try to catch up with a couple of these real quick. I got something about Steve being Santiago's dad. I don't know what the hell that means. If it makes you feel any better, some of us have to drive far. Okay, I seen that comment. I'm seeing stuff about Nashville and Atlanta, Memphis. And I don't go to Memphis. Memphis is scary. Memphis is a little over 3 hours for me. They're saying you guys must be going to be that way sometime soon, I'm guessing. Santiago's telling the fan on here, Heather.
March
Yeah,
6th, yep.
That's awesome. Underground is fire this year, Heather. And every year there's always great music in the underground. That's the thing, is everybody's like, the underground, there's no more good music out there. And I'm like, you're obviously retarded, sir.
Yeah.
There's always good music. You just got to look for it. Now, why don't you guys tell us where we can find your album, where we can find your music pages, what you're on, what all the kids want to know these days, your hashtags and all this fun stuff. And then tell us after, where we can check you out, who it is that you guys would like to thank.
You can pretty much find us on any streaming site, any store that sells music online.
Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Music,
Google
Play. YouTube. We're on Facebook, Instagram.
All that.
All
Montra
the,
of Morta.
yeah, it's all just Montra of Morta. You type that in and you can find us.
Easy enough, and that is MantraOfMorta. So, just as it would sound, Mantra, M-A-N. As we said earlier before the show, I said mantra because I've always said that as a weird thing. It's like one of those speech things, folks. Tomato, tomato, potato, potato. Mantra, I don't fucking know. All means the same, so check it out. It's M-A-N-T-R-A of Morta, M-O-R-T-A. Give it a like, hashtag the shit, show your grandma. She'll love it, and get it out there.
Hey, man, my grandma's she's one of our biggest fans.
You know what? That's good to have fans like that. Everybody always was surprised when I was a young kid and a teenager and I'd go out to these shows and there'd be this older guy standing in the back of the room with like 16-year-olds rocking the fuck out. He would jump in the pit and like level kids and be fucking getting into it. People would be like, hey man, who is that over there? Is that your dad? I'm like, yeah, that's my fucking dad. I'm like, he gets into it. I'm like, he comes to my shows and rocks out all the time. He's old as fuck and he gets beat up in the pit with a bunch of young kids and he loved it. And he used to do that for the longest time. So it's great when you have people in your family that are older that love what you do, even though it might not have been the shit that they were into.
Yeah.
It's what helps make us into great musicians, I think, to have that in our lives and to show our kids and shit like that, too. Like, whenever my son's old enough, you best believe I'm going to subject him to things he doesn't even understand. Take him to like a Dimmu Borgir show and shit like that he's going to be like, Dad, what are you showing me? I can't handle this.
Oh, God. You don't.
And the jokes of all jokes, Mantra, I guess he's saying because of it being man. Santiago said the joke of all jokes, and he has Mantra.
Yeah. We've had people say Mantera before. It's wild what people come up with sometimes.
Hey man, are you the guys that play that Cemetery Gate songs? Aren't you Mantera? Oh, shit. Well, I'm glad, guys. I'm really glad you guys could come on tonight. We could kick it a little bit, get the bullshit with one another, and certainly let these fans hear some great tunes. Why don't you tell us who it is you would like to thank as a band, and then I'm going to give out my final statements.
It'd be Dan Middleton at Soundbar Studios in Fort Wayne. That dude did a killer job on this album. I mean, he made it sound way better than we ever thought it could. So props to that guy. He's a fucking legend.
Thank you, Dan.
Want to thank Santiago for following us half our tour.
Yeah,
that's just really badass.
Yeah, they've driven like hours upon hours just to catch us play for fucking 30 minutes, you know, like.
Well, they followed us in their car for 4 days.
Yeah, slept in their car and shit, like.
That's awesome. No, that's a real fan though, right there. That's the shit that's the reason we do the music we do, is whenever you get a lot of good fans, you get a lot of great fans, but every now and again you get that diehard fan like Santiago, and you're like, you know what, this dude fucking loves it, and he's willing to go hours out of his way into other states to watch you because it's a big part of his life, and that's great. I mean, that's the fans that truly make it worth doing what you do.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. And he started doing a lot of video work and stuff, going and following different bands and taking videos and putting them together. So if you guys want to check that out, his page is Church of Music. I think that's all over the place too. So
yeah,
if you want to check out some video footage, he's gotten some great footage of us and of some other local bands. I think he just put out some Pharaoh Hound stuff. That's another local band. They're from Fort Wayne.
Okay.
Yeah, he's really doing a lot for the scene around here.
There's just a lot of people to thank.
Yeah.
Thanks to everybody who helps make this possible for us.
Yeah.
I want to thank Birdley for being the most badass drum tech you could have.
My dad, Steve, for letting us practice in his house.
Yeah, thank you, Steve.
And you for having us on here tonight.
Yeah, man, thank you. This has been awesome.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Well, good. I'm glad you guys could come on. You had a good time with it. I always certainly have a good time talking to great folks such as yourself and meeting some great fans along the way, commenting like Santiago, Steve, Heather, all kinds of people that were jumping in here, Chris, a lot of different names popping in here throughout the night. Thank you guys for tuning into our show. Make sure you check out all past, present, and future episodes by following our show. That'll let you know when new ones come out. We're always bringing you great new guests, and certainly not going to change. We bring you a show each and every Thursday night, as I said, 8 to 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 to 9 uninterrupted underground music, 9 to 10 in-depth interview with guests. And next Thursday, which would be the 6th of February, we have Limit. This will be his return, appearance on the show. He was on early of 2019, and guys, a phenomenal hip-hop artist. He releases so much music that it boggles my mind that I don't know how someone could write at that caliber each and every week, drop a single every single week for like 2 years now. It's insane.
Wow.
Yeah, this dude does a fresh, brand new track with music video every single Tuesday, and has been doing it for as long as I can remember.
Putting in work.
Yeah, I mean, even to do a music video one per week is a massive amount of work. To be able to do that and write a song, record it, and have it all ready by the next Tuesday, it's phenomenal, and he does it each and every week. So much love to Limit. Make sure you check him out if you're a hip-hop fan. We got, who do we have after that? I don't even know who we have after that. So just tune in next week on the 6th. You'll certainly see a good show. Make sure you check out the past.
I do want to add one more thing,
too. Throw it out there, please.
Do want to thank our manager, Mr. Natius Maximus, for being the real MVP, because without him, we would not have been traveling as much as what we have been and being put in front of all these new places, new venues. He does a lot for he does a lot for us and anybody else that he can. So thank you to Nad.
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks,
That's it. And I seen someone left a comment that said Nad. So much love to Nad. Much love to Santiago, because he just says that he really appreciates what the show's doing here. And you guys, thanks for a great evening. Well, thank you for a great evening, sir. And thank you for tuning in. To the fans out there, check out everything coming your way at teambrutalbusiness.com. Make sure you follow these guys on all their websites, and we'll catch you next time. Montra Of Morta, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you.